死。
Son, while I'm talking to you, you lie in bed asleep. A few minutes ago, as I was reading your notes.
Dear Dad, I'm not as bad as you think. I don't do things on purpose to make you mad. My body piercing is just a latest fashion. And playing online games is my way to relax. So please don't be so angry with me. Love, Kevin.
I suddenly realized something, so I came quickly into your bedroom to think about what had happened today. This morning, when we ate breakfast together, I was aware that you weren't speaking clearly.
林姐姐，一定要好好上课啊！好啦。
I focused you to open your mouth.
哎，讲话讲较清楚呀，嘴泡开啊，
And so that your tongue had been pierced.
你这高兴呐舌头敢变得正康哦，袂歹啊，袂歹啊，哦，你在笑啊，你讲笑啊，讲清楚啦，讲清楚，我讲不清楚。
You dyed your hair. And we had an argument about that.
Gatsby， 你高兴啊，搞你头哦 ，Gatsby 啊 ，Gatsby， 这边测心啦，你先头我啦，没使哦，到啦，你先头我，恭喜啦，你才。
I expect this because I know I should trust your judgment. However, I was really shocked this time by your tongue piercing. I shouted at you in anger, but I got so mad only because you might have caught a disease from this piercing. I was worried, for example, that the place where you had gotten your tongue piercing might not be clean or professional. Later this afternoon, when you got back from school and started to play online games, you spent a lot of time sitting there, staring at the computer screen. Consequently, I made you do some homework instead.
哎，别玩电脑了，功课写的啦。
赶呀，走啦！
你写功课啦，
走
好好功课哟，快看，
哦，
快看。
It might seem I was trying to spoil your fun, but I didn't. I did this because I care about you. You should spend less time on online games and more time on sports and studies. Both are much better for your health and your future. Then this evening, you came to my room while I was reading a book. I looked up as you wait in the doorway, and you were as quick as a mouse. You walked toward me and gave me a note. As I read the note, a wave of regret swept over me.
我做人失败啊，我无资格做你老爸啊！I
suddenly saw how poorly I have been treating you. I was expecting you to behave as well as I did at your age. Then I started to look back on my own teenage years. I remembered that I had also followed the latest fashions of the time, and my parents hadn't approved of them either. As I read the note, a wave of regret swept over me.
我做人失败啊，我无资格做你老爸啊！
I suddenly saw how poorly I have been treating you. I was expecting you to behave as well as I did at your age. Then I start to look back on my own teenage years. I remember that I had also followed the latest fashions of the time and my parents hadn't approved of them either. In fact, after reading your notes, I realized how similar we really are. This is the only thing that matters to me tonight, son. I've come here while you are sleeping to say sorry. I know this isn't enough, so tomorrow I'll make up for everything by being a more thoughtful dad. Even if we fight, I want you to remember one thing. No matter what you do, I will always love you.
I love you.